So this morning I was on my way to the office and I'm about to leave work, and my daughter comes up to me, my 3-year-old comes up to me, and she says, "Daddy, Daddy, play with me. Daddy, Daddy, play with me." And I really needed to get going and I wanted to go, but I forgot for a second there that I've worked pretty hard and I've given myself the opportunity to have comfort or luxury of time, or the ability to kind of be mobile and flexible with my schedule. And I decided to play with her. And I'll get back to that story here in a moment. But there's a lot of conversation about passive income, residual income, override. And a lot of times, especially on platforms like this, we talk about the material benefits of it, like the cars we drive or the way we dress or where we travel or nice cars, private jets, jewelry, and those things are all amazing. And I love experiencing those as well. But there's an emotional aspect to having quality of life. There's an emotional benefit that I don't think can show up sometimes on an Instagram post, or it doesn't show up on a YouTube video as much. And I wanted to talk a couple moments about those things and what they are. Earlier in my career, I had a disabled mom for 28 years before she passed away, and she had a lot of doctor's appointments. And I know how many Americans right now and people across the world are taking care of loved ones that have sicknesses. Currently, right now, our 16-year-old son is in and out of hospitals all the time. Just in the last 2 years, he's had 39 ICU visits, and spent more time in the last 2 years in a hospital than at home. And this is high maintenance, and everybody's got something different. Maybe you've got a parent that's sick, or maybe you've got a child, or maybe it's even your own physical health. And sometimes just the medical aspect of being there for your family is really difficult, and it's strenuous on families. And there's an emotional side that really drains you and wears you down. But if you had a business and you had passive income, or you had override income, or you build an organization that gives you quality of life and quality of time, sometimes it's not just about the trip that you get to go on, but it's being there medically for them. And back to my daughters, I could tell you that it's been an absolute trip having these little girls, and I've got these 2 little girls, and they want so many different things from daddy, and we have to play slides, and we have to play swings, and we have to play hide and seek, and we have to play superhero human powers, and all these different games that we play. And for the traditional corporate person, maybe those are just Sundays. And I still love my Sundays with my family too. But there's an emotional benefit to being able to take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour on a time that doesn't make any sense, like Wednesday morning, or, Thursday afternoon, or going back for lunch and spending a couple hours with the kids and then coming back. And I remember when my mom, who was a single mom and worked 2 jobs, I remember she used to drop me off, and I remember crying. I remember being upset, and I remember being frustrated that my mom would drive away. And there were times I didn't think my mom would come back. And I know that emotionally, yes, there's some benefits to that. And yes, you get tough, and yes, you get hard, and yes, you get your perseverance, and there's an aspect of doing that. Sometimes you work really hard so that you don't have to have your kids go through those types of experiences. And I'm all about tough parenting, and I'm all about high standards, and all about these expectations and making sure that we develop and raise kids the right way. But there's something about seeing the smile on my daughter's face when she says, "Daddy, will you play with me?" And I say, "Yes, I will." And then she goes, "Yes." And she gets so excited, and the way that she clenches her fists and grinds her teeth, and the smile that comes off of her face, and she goes, "Okay, Daddy." And then she runs to her bedroom, and she comes back with her little shoes, and she's putting her shoes on really fast, and she goes, "Let's go, Daddy. Come on, Daddy. Come on, Daddy." Now I'm in a suit. I'm in my dress shoes. I'm not in a position to go out and play in a park or anything like that, but who cares? Go out there and run around, get a little bit dirty. Something's going to happen. And the old me wouldn't want to do any of that stuff. But you have a dry cleaning shirt and you go get something done. And why do you have this quality of life? Because you build something, and I want to encourage you to build something. I believe that being a W-2 employee is a really good thing in America for a period of time. But I think at some point in time, you have to try to build something for yourself, so that yes, there's pressure, yes, there's stress, yes, it's not as easy as it looks in the front end, but the benefits on the back end are not just the pictures of cars and trips and beautiful houses. Those are great, but the benefits is the emotional benefit, that the memories that your kids will never forget when you're able to say yes when most people have to say no. And then there's the aspect of having a community, or maybe it's a certain hobby or something that's important to you. Maybe you want to change the world. Maybe it's a church dynamic that you're looking for. And I don't know what it is, but it's really hard to have the pressures day in and day out for decades of a corporate professional career when you're never able to step away, and I'm not talking about a 1 week vacation or even a 2 week vacation. And doing a great trip is amazing, but I'm talking about the little moments. I'm talking about 30 more minutes at lunch, or 30 more minutes in the morning, or coming home a little bit early, or the look on their faces when you surprise them, or you play a joke and you do something for your family or for the cause that's important to you. And I think that this is tremendously important. And so overall, I just want to encourage everybody that's out there to not forget the emotional benefits of why we work hard, the emotional benefits of why we go out there and do what we do, because we're raising a generation of children that a lot of times are being raised by iPads and devices, and they're watching videos and they have access to information. But what type of emotional chord is that really playing on? And what are we doing emotionally to really feed that confidence? And what are we doing to be there, to be able to say, you're awesome, you're the best? I could tell you this morning, I ran 4 races, and I did not want to run in my suit, in my dress shoes, outside where it was a little bit wet and everything, but we had 4 races. And my daughter's confidence went through the roof because she was expecting me to say no. But I actually said yes. And I didn't say yes because I'm a great person or a great dad. I said yes because I built something that gave me the quality of life and the quality of time to be able to go out there and do that. And so don't forget the emotional development that we have. It's not just about the material things like college funds or retirement or cars or private schools or houses. All of those things are important. But sometimes it's the emotional benefit of being able to be there to tell them, yes, I could do it. Yes, I'm there for you. And whether that's your family member that's sick, or whether that's your child that's developing, or your church or your nonprofit that needs you, we can go out there and we can become better leaders for life, and we can go out there and change the world. And I hope that you don't overlook that, and I hope that you choose to be a leader for life.